Diana, Maru and Bahati have always seemed to be some of the best employees among the celebrities. This is seen from how their workers always praise them on social media and how freely they talk in videos. However, there's more that happens apart from what we see on social media, because like everyone else, they only tend to expose the glamorous part of what happens in their lives. While having an open conversation, Diana's employees opened up on what Bahati and Diana does that makes them uncomfortable. The first thing that they talked about is the fact that Diana is the most unapproachable person in the house. That whenever something comes up, Diana is the last person they think of approaching because she mostly responds with aje sasa or unataka nifanye nini, then demands for answers instead of helping to come up with solutions. Josephine said that most of the time, Diana has an nonchalant face that makes it hard to talk to her, and most of the time the moment they notice that she has arrived in the compound, everyone disappears from the house to avoid interrogations. Bahati was applauded when it comes to this topic because, according to them, he's a good listener and he comes up with solutions at the end of difficult conversations. The second thing that the workers talked about is Bahati's tendency to deduct their salaries in case they make mistakes. That if something goes wrong in the house or at the office, the person responsible gets prepared to get less money at the end of the month. The people who have been affected by this rule a number of times are just the cleaner and their manager Sylvester. The highest amount that Sylvester lost after making a mistake was 20,000 Kenya shillings. They didn't complain about Diana when it comes to salary deduction. The third problem was Diana being a stingy employer. That sometimes when they need money for shopping or Uber, Diana sends the exact amount of money that is required without adding the transaction fee or a tip. Most of the time, they are forced to use their own money to top up the deficit in case of any. In her defense, Diana said that she spent so much money on food and basic things in the house, which most of the time go to waste because she usually finds expired foodstuffs in the fridge, meaning that she buys more than enough, and there's no need to add extra money. Bahati, on the other hand, was praised for being generous because whenever they ask for anything, he gives them double the money or just adds a good amount to make them feel good. Another thing that the head house manager Irene complained about is that their salaries are too low compared to the current economy, yet they have kids in school. She told her bosses to do something about it, as it will act as motivation for them to work harder. In response to this, Bahati said that the only two people who deserve salary increment is Justo and Jen. They feel like the rest are okay, and they also have to check on their financial status before they decide on who to add some money. They also feel like Irene has nothing to complain about because they allowed her to stay with her son Joshua in their home. She must have felt disappointed because she made a suggestion, but other people got rewarded and not her. Bahati also introduced Employee of the Month award, where he'll be gifting the person who does the best in a particular month, and this time the one who won is Josephine. After all the complaints, they finished by acknowledging that they have the best employees no matter what, especially now that they have interacted with house managers from other homesteads. They know people are not having it easy out there, so they appreciated how Bahati and Diana have been treating them. How do you guys think about this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe. See you on the next one.